Hi, my name is Steve Martile at freedomeducation.ca. It's been a while since I did a video, but I thought this was appropriate because I just had this experience last week. I was working with a woman who was, I don't know, irritating, I guess would be the easiest way to say it. And but at the same time, I know that she brings a lot to the table and provides a lot of value. And we're working on a project together, and the project is going to be more successful if we're working together on it. So anyways, I found myself really irritated last week. It was like Tuesday, and I don't know, if you've ever been irritated, you just feel like crap, right? You just feel your energy's low. You've got this sort of self-talk going, and it's just going a mile a minute, and I couldn't say anything good about this woman I was working with. And it was a real problem because, you know, I couldn't focus on the project. Every time she had something to say, I was always negating it. I was always like fighting it internally. And it was just a real struggle. So how do you deal with people who irritate you? I think the first thing you got to realize, and this is what I'd done, is you got to realize that if someone irritates you, there's a part of you that's irritated. Because just like the law of attraction works, if something is irritating to you, then you must have that irritation in order to pull it in, right? So that makes sense. The other part of it is, you know, to realize that if you feel irritated, and I did, it's because you are thinking thoughts that are irritating you. So again, it comes back to you, you know, you being irritated is because of the way you're thinking. And so it took, after the, like I said, Tuesday, I was just really irritated. What I did was, in the morning, I woke up, I was like, okay, you know what, I'm going to use an affirmation for this, because I know that this woman means well. I know that she's got a lot of resources, she's very intelligent, and she means well, and her intentions are very good, but for some reason I can't see around it because I'm irritated with her, which means I'm irritated with me. You know, like when you're bad-mouthing someone else, you're doing it internally as well. You know, you're saying, oh, well, you can't do that, or you can't, you know, go start this business, or you can't, you know, launch this product, or you can't go and get that job because, you know, because you just can't. You know, you can't do that. You're canting yourself. You're saying, I can't do this. I can't go get that job. I can't start this project. It's the same thing with irritation. If someone else is irritating you, it's because you're irritating yourself. So the Wednesday morning, I woke up and I said, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'll start with an affirmation. So I started with an affirmation. It was really simple. All I said was, I wish you well. So anytime the negative voice came up, said, you know, she's screwing this up. She's you know, we're trying to offer this product, and she doesn't have the confidence, and all this other stuff. All I said was, I negated it with, I wish you well. That was believable enough to me. I have compassion for people. I couldn't say that, you know, I said I love you, because I know some people say that as a, you know, that's a solution, you know. If someone's pissed off and you got to forgive them and stuff, just say I love you. And you're like, I don't feel that. I don't feel love. But I did feel, you know, I wish you well, because I wish everyone well. So it really worked for me. So what I did is I started affirming it. I wish you well. 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 I do that for like a minute or two. Then I'd forget about it, and then I'd just kind of go about my day, and then I know I'd catch myself going like, oh, she's freaking screwing. I wish you well. 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 I did that probably 5 or 6 times in the morning on Wednesday morning, and by that afternoon, I was like, she's the most amazing person that I've ever met. And all I could think are good things about her, positive aspects of her. It was fantastic. So the next time you get irritated, I mean, you've got one or two choices. One is you can actually just find another partner, get out of that relationship, get out of that job, whoever's irritating you, find a way out. You could verbally say it to them too, but again, if it's irritating you, it has nothing to do with them. It's about you, your irritation. So and you know, you're 100% responsible the way you feel. So if it's that, then go back to what you're thinking. And as soon as that, you know, negative thought comes up, just negate it with an exact opposite affirmation. And for me, it was, I wish you well. So try out the affirmation and let me know how it goes. My name's Steve Martile at freedomeducation.ca. If you want more cool videos like this, make sure you sign up for my newsletter, and I'll talk to you soon.